Have you ever wondered why projects handled by professional tile installers always look so refined and stand the test of time? One of the secrets lies in how they apply the mortar, and among all techniques, one stands out above the rest: the directional troweling method. Directional troweling means using a notched trowel to comb the mortar into straight, parallel ridges, typically oriented perpendicular to the long edge of the tile. When the tile is pressed into the mortar, air can escape easily along these ridges, greatly improving coverage and allowing the mortar on the substrate to bond more evenly to the back of the tile. Before we dive in, let me clarify two key terms. First is the tile trowel. Simply put, a tile trowel is a measuring tool for the adhesive. It controls how much mortar is applied beneath the tile based on the tile size. One important rule to remember: the smaller the tile, the smaller the trowel notch size should be. The larger the tile, the larger the notch size needs to be. Another key term you need to be familiar with is mortar coverage. This refers to the percentage of mortar transferred from the substrate to the back of the tile, and it's usually expressed as a percentage. For most tile installations in dry indoor areas, the mortar coverage should reach at least 85%. Today, I'm going to give you a live demonstration. I've prepared a few transparent acrylic tiles so you can clearly see the back of the tile as it's pressed into the mortar. Let's start with a wrong approach, using a trowel that's too small for the size of the tile we're installing. We've already mixed the thin-set mortar. Following the correct basic steps, we first spread the mortar evenly over the substrate, ensuring it fully adheres. This improves bonding strength. Next, using the notched side of the trowel, comb the mortar in a single direction to create straight ridges. These straight ridges form raised and recessed lines. When the tile is pressed into the mortar, the ridges get flattened. Air that would normally be trapped in the grooves can escape completely as we push the tile perpendicular to the ridges, which improves mortar coverage. As you can see, there are still some air bubbles under the tile. This happens because the trowel size was too small. For acrylic tiles of this size, the appropriate trowel notch is 1/4 inch 3/8 inch. Next, let's try an incorrect application method: the circular troweling technique. This method is quite common when installing vinyl flooring and works well in that context, but it causes problems when used for tile installation. When we spread the mortar in an S-shaped circular motion, it feels easy to work with, but once the tile is pressed down, even though the mortar ridges are flattened, air still gets trapped under the tile. This creates a serious hidden risk. If air pockets form beneath the tile, any heavy impact like from a hammer can easily crack it. However, if the mortar is fully spread with 100% coverage, this problem doesn't occur. Now let's switch to the correct technique with the properly sized trowel for demonstration. First, spread the mortar over the substrate to ensure full adhesion. Then, comb the mortar in a single direction to create straight ridges. Next, press the tile into the mortar and gently push it back and forth. As you can see, the mortar ridges are completely flattened, there's no air trapped under the tile, and the mortar coverage is nearly 100%. This is a successful installation, and this method produces consistent results that can be reliably replicated. But in real installations, tiles aren't transparent. So how can you check the mortar coverage? The only reliable way during construction is to occasionally lift a few freshly laid tiles for inspection. After lifting a tile from the fresh mortar, there should be no gaps or bare spots on the back of the tile or the substrate. The remaining mortar should form a consistent, raised and recessed texture, resembling a continuous mountain range. If you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to hit like, share it with others, and subscribe for more. Catch you in the next one.